Hello everyone, welcome to another ERP introduction video. Today I'm gonna discuss about the production process implementation. So throughout the video I'm gonna discuss how you can implement production process into ERP system, as well as while doing that I'm gonna touch warehouse and inventory modules as well. So in order to do that, first of all we'll have to identify few factors before starting a production process. Actually not a few factors, like some important criteria we'll have to identify before start the business. The important thing is these all factors are very important. I can't prioritize any factor. These all factors are very important factors to complete your production process implementation. So let's start, guys. I'll do this like right. First, I'll identify I'll identify location. One of the important one. Location. We can call warehouse zone. Likewise. So when we talk about the location or warehouses or zones, we'll have to we normally in the practice in your business you can have a lot of warehouses like inventory warehouse, raw material warehouse, scrap warehouse, production warehouse. Likewise, we can have a lot of warehouses, but for the production process we'll have to identify mainly three warehouses. I'll name those warehouses as raw material warehouse. I'll take it out, little bit down. Production warehouse and FG warehouse. What's the reason for that? Just a normal thing when we start the production process, when we decide to do production process, normally we calculate requirement, which means what are the inventory requirement, raw material requirement for production process. Like imagine if you want to produce 1,000 finished goods, you will have to incur some raw materials like 1,100 and 1,100 raw materials with labors. So in order to do that, in order to do production, we calculate what are the material requirements. So once we calculated material requirements, we'll go for a purchase process. If you did not watch my previous videos, I warmly welcome you all to my YouTube channel. I added these all videos into YouTube channel. So in that channel, you can see the process of purchase process implementation. So once we purchase goods, directly those goods come into raw material warehouse, which means we are GRN those goods into raw material warehouse. Once we GRN, all the items get into raw material warehouse. Now we are going to start production process. So once we start the production process, we require raw materials. So how we can get these raw material from raw material warehouse? For that, we create trans order. Normally the production, the person who's staying in the production warehouse generate trans order. Based on his trans order, the raw material stock keeper send goods to production warehouse. Now we have stocks in production warehouse. So hence we have stock. Now we can start production process now. So that production process going on production warehouse. Once the production process start, we'll have to incur raw material into production process, which means we have to issue raw material into production process. After end of the process, we'll get output like as a finished goods. So once you get finished goods as an output, we can't keep those finished goods into production warehouse because we are doing our production process continuously. Hence that we can't keep stock here. So in order to do that, in order to dispatch these finished goods, we will have to transfer it to finished good warehouse. That also we done through the transfer order. Transfer order means actually this is a document in Dynamics Business Central. Also we have a document called transfer orders. We can transfer raw material, goods and tangible things from one warehouse to another warehouse. Other than these main three warehouses related to production process, we can have like WIP warehouse. If we have unfinished good, so we can keep those goods into WIP warehouse, as well as like scrap items, which items which are not used for a production process. Those items we can keep in like separate warehouse. But for this process discussion, process explanation, these three warehouses are the most important warehouses. Hope you can clear first factor. Okay, I'll go to next factor. Next factor is BOM. BOM. BOM is an abbreviation of bill of material. You know, when I start to talk about the production processes, once you see the production headline, if you are good in production process, if you are not good actually, if you have basic idea about the production process, this word is very familiar. Just within 1 to 2 seconds, you will get these three letters into your mind, because this production process always based on the BOM, bill of material. BOM, bill of material means items, quantities which are need for a production process identified under the BOM. Let's take a small example. Like, think we are going to bake cake. So in order to do that, in order to bake cakes, we need some ingredients. Like we want flour, we want water. What else? I'm not good in cooking and baking, so I don't know much, but I'll give a basic idea. Water, like you have to devote your effort. Like sometimes another one, what we want cake, like icing powder. So in order to bake cake, we need these ingredients. So these ingredients we call as BOM. So in order to do production process, before start the production process, we must have to identify BOM related to relevant product. If we are going to manufacture car or aeroplane or something, helicopter, jet, whatever, first of all you will have to identify what are the items you are going to use this production process. So very important factor. So hence that I'll give detail name. Bill of materials, very important one, same as location. Okay, now we know the importance of location, we know importance of BOM, bill of material. Next one, we have to identify order base, something new, something not familiar. Order base, like actually I'm actually this is like combination of practice and the systems. Order base, like when we going for a production process, when we do the production, we have to do production based on two bases. One is I'll delete order base, but I'll keep it as a base. sometimes we can create production based on orders, order based, or it can be stock based. What's this? Imagine you are a garment manufacturer. So in order to produce garment, you need to have orders. Like as a country, Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, normally when we visited to garment factories, they are producing garments based on the customer orders, buyer orders. So that kind of production we call as order based. And when it's come to stock based, like we are producing based on retail market. Like if we are a soap manufacturing company, toothpaste manufacturing company, you will have to do manufacturing process based on your forecast, which means to your stock. You don't consider about the one buyer demand. You have to consider about the demand, but you would not specify one buyer or few buyers. In here you consider about the whole market, whole requirement. So that called stock based, which means we don't have any specific buyer, we don't have any specific quantity we have to give. Just we have numbers. This is our forecast. Based on forecast, we do production process. Right. Fourth one, order types. Order types. When we start the production process, first we have to plan production process. Either it is order based or stock based, we have to plan production order. If it is order based, you have specific order and you produce, you plan based on orders. Like let me give this some details. Like this, like we have plan. We can these types or stages. We have planning stage. This is the stage we identify what is the quantity we are going to produce. As I said, it can be either order based or stock based, sometimes can be together. However, we have to plan. In the next month we are planning to produce 1 million quantity. So in order to produce one order quantity, we have a plan. So based on plan, we prepare that. And next stage, after the planning, we can do the production process. We call it as in system, we call as a released stage. What's the difference between planning and release stage? Planning stage, you can do only planning. You can't do anything else. You can add items. You can identify bombs, and if you have any changes in bombs, in ingredients, you can add those ingredients in the planning level. However, you cannot change those things in the release stage. When you come to release stage means you start your production process. Normally, once you start the production process, you don't go change the ingredients. You do what you planned in the bomb. Same thing you can do in the system. Once you in the release stage, once you in the production stage, you start issue raw materials. You start stew raw materials into production. So like you start mix those all the ingredients we call issue raw materials, because you take flour, you take water, you take iceberg, you mix up all that, you start to bake it. That we call issue raw material. Once you issue, right, process going on. Right. process going on for not only raw material. There will be labor and electricity, other we call overhead costs. And after the process will come to end. End means now we are going to get finished products, which simply called finished good. It can be either finished good or semi-finished good based on the business requirement. Sometimes you are not selling full garment, you are selling some stitched part, so we call it semi-finished good. But in the most businesses, most practice, we sell finished good. Hope clear this. Planning stage, only planning. Release stage is the done main part. We issue raw material to production process. After the issuing, you proceed it, we mix cake, and after all the process, we get finished good. So all the things we are done in the release stage. Right. Final stage is finished stage, which means whatever we start, we have to finish. We start production process from here, we plan it, we proceed it, and now finish it. Unless you finish, you can't say it finished. You must have to finish this in the system as well. Otherwise, if I consider in the system, until you finish your production order, you can't get proper double entries into your chart of account. You will get only few double entries, which means, simply say, when you issue the raw material, all the raw material costs remaining from the raw material account, it goes to WIP account, meaning WIP account gets debit and raw material account going to credit. It's very simple. Once production done, what happened? Finished good comes out. Finished good means another material, another output, stock item. So once it's come to stock item, as per the accounting term, WIP account has to be credit and finished good account has to be debit. Right. That's accounting part. That's the basic accounting. But when it's come to system, at the point you planning and at the point you came to release stage, you will get all the raw material into WIP's account. But if after you get your output, once you wanted to get that finished good value into finished good account, you must have to finish your production order. Otherwise, you can't get correct inventory finished good value into your account. Hope clear. This is the part very critical in the production process, because warehouse creation, location creation is not much thing, but there is a very important thing. Advanced warehousing part, you can maintain bins, like shelves. Likewise, you can maintain a lot of details. BOM, mostly based on items and the business practice based, not much thing. This one highly important. Keep, I don't know, we need a lot of stuff to identify that, because this is the core of the production process if you are going to implement in the ERP system. Final one, double entries. I already discussed in a simple way. However, I'm not going to discuss double entries in this video, because this also already got a lot of time. So mostly I don't like to get videos like more than 50 to 20 minutes, like it's like kind of boring to watch. So hence that I'll keep it for next video. Okay guys, hope you are clear. The most important 5 factors if you are going to implement a production process. If you are a consultant, so you will have to consider these processes. You must have to consider these processes. First thing is one. Let's discuss how you can maintain, how you can do these things in Dynamics 365 Business Central ERP product. Locations. In Dynamics, you have option to maintain warehouses, zones. You can create zones and warehouses, and under that you can maintain bins, because except for general warehousing module, we have advanced warehousing in Microsoft Dynamics Business Central. If you are the company have a lot of warehouses, lot of inventories, this module very important to identify. You can go deeper to bin level. Bombs, it's very simple. Not only Dynamics, every system you must need to have bomb option if you are implementing production process. So in a base, order based or stock based. When it comes to order based and stock based, in Dynamics 365 Business Central have a special feature which called worksheets. You can create worksheet, create production orders based on whole requirements. Sometimes you can create. You are not going for order based, but you are preparing bulk orders. Prepare for bulk orders. Like you get material requirement based on few orders, like aggregation of few orders. In that case, we can get into action planning worksheet. So very easily you can get the create production orders without doing it manually, as well as you can calculate material requirement as well. We call it MRP. Stock based, same thing. If you have forecast, you can maintain forecast in Dynamics 365 Business Central. There's a very nice table to record that. Based on table, we can run planning worksheet, and we can see what are the production order requirements and raw material requirements for the production process. Next up, types we talk based on the system, because these are the three types you can get in the Dynamics 365 Business Central. Planning stage, we have another stage, firm planning, the first stage, the planning stage, release stage, and the finish stage. Very important stages. In these three stages, we can maintain whole production process and double entries. I'll discuss these double entries in my next video, because it's not actually complicated. There's a few double entries, but when it's come to practice, when it's come to business scenario, users get a lot of issues, because sometimes when you issue good, you issue less than the actual issued quantity. Sometimes you issued excess. Sometimes you get excess output. So at that time, it will affect your inventory value. Once you did mistake, if you already sold these goods, it will directly affect your cost of goods sold balance. Likewise, if you do any mistake in this level, it will affect all the financial statement. Will affect to inventories. It will affect to revenue. That means it will affect to revenue. Cost of goods sold mean your profit will get deviate, which means your income statement is totally wrong. Income statement totally wrong means your investors, your shareholders getting wrong information. See the gravity of the production process. So this is how it's happened, guys. So guys, this is the summary. Hope you have some sort of idea about the production process, because this is a very complicated process, but very simple if you got proper understanding. So let's discuss about the double entries in my next video. Until next video, see you.